Good morning. It is September 23rd, 2020. This is Getting Blown Up in Space on EVE Online, and I am Planethead, all one word. Next couple days, probably be a little bit shorter videos. It is my work week, and so I won't have as much time to play, but I am going to try to stick to the format that I kind of came up with yesterday. Kind of gives me something to talk about each day, focuses me. Um, so I try to go with just going over a little bit of news that I might have seen by watching little Eve videos or just watching things that are out there off of Z Killboard or other things. And then maybe go into something real specific that I might have learned or tried out. And after that, just fly around a little bit. No, by no means is this a news game. I just like to point out things that new players or players like me who just live off the land, give them something to throw on their second monitor to keep an eye out for. And that being said, I've talked about it in the past. Um, the one site that I like to watch, they usually have really good content, is the uh, YouTube. Actually, it's a actual website, but they put up YouTube channels videos called Talking in Stations. It's what's really gotten me into the game a lot over the last couple of months. I like to just throw it up and listen to them. To be honest, a lot of times about halfway through what they're talking about, I turn it off because there's certain things that I like to watch, there's things I don't. Um, but it is really kind of cool when you're not part of a huge alliance to actually have other people to talk to or listen to while you're playing. I'm kind of a hermit in this game, so this is kind of cool. So just to show you here, let me pull up. And I don't subscribe to a whole lot of stuff. I'm just subscribing to more and more recently. Um, but let's just go in. They've also got their own Twitch account. I think they started off on Twitch and they're slowly switching over to um, uh, to. Oh, that
On the
is
third
not,
generation on
stop.
his family
That's a commercial. Really?
farm out here in
Stop.
western Pennsylvania.
That's even a
This farm's
commercial.
been here since 1940.
Really? I don't want a commercial. There we go. This is going so slow. You're going so slow. There we go. Maybe I should have gotten this up before I started. But this is the Talking in Station site. They usually have each day some sort, as you can see here, 13 hours ago, 1 hour ago, and I've watched these, um, news that is going on in EVE Online. Also, they've got some other where they're talking back and forth and interviewing players. It's pretty cool. What I just started watching is maybe the opposite side. Um, is I just pulled it up today. It's called the Meta Show. It is the Imperium News uh, that they have. That is one of the largest alliances, coalitions that's out in the system. Maybe the largest. They have their own um, um, site here, and you can see here they update almost as frequently, maybe about once a week, and they've got a bunch of other stuff out here. So they're I want to start watching them. I kind of view them similar to the different news networks that are out there, like on the American side, if you're an American, like CNN and Fox News and MSNBC. I'm not going to pinpoint who is who because everybody's got their favorites. Wow, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But definitely differences in the way they come and go about things. I want to start watching the Meta Show a little bit more to get another viewpoint of how things are going on. Get some really cool updates. But so that's that. So if you want to check those out, just to have something else to watch. I know my one buddy that's in my corp, he will watches a lot of stuff on YouTube, and that might be something cool for him to watch. This other thing I wanted to point out today is something that I learned, and I know it's fairly simple, but I was moving some tritanium to try to build my stabber um, from my other account out to where I'm at the other day, and trying to get there. The Triglavian stuff. You never know if you're warping in on a system that's taken over by Triglavians or whatever. You're kind of afraid that you could get blown up. So just a quick way to look at things, just to give you an idea where I am at right now. I'm going to be moving around, but currently I'm in Unitech out in Malden Heath. Um, as you fly into some of these systems, if I'm not mistaken, uh, hold on, about to sneeze. Wow, you didn't need to see that. Um, but I got allergies or a cold or something going on recently. Um, but flying through, I was trying to get through this system here, twist node, twin. I'm gonna say that it's because of my sickness that I can't pronounce that. And Gelfaven um, popped up that they were Triglavian controlled. And then also looking around, I noticed that Sharkon, which is a big one that everybody's been talking about recently, has been fought by Triglavians. So what I was doing stupidly was, rather than fly into them with my ship, I would undock my ship into a station right next to one of these systems, then fly into it to see if it was safe or not. Instead of doing that, which was really dumb because I didn't know anything, um, what I looked up was if you go into the agency and you click on the Triglavian invasion, it will show you. Now, I'm not sure what each one of these two are here. They're not being used right now. But where final luminality, if I understand correctly, is the systems that are controlled by the Triglavians. Uh, final Edencom Fortress is the ones where the Edencom uh, group has fought off. The Triglavians are now in control. And Stellar Reconnaissance, if I understand it correctly, is what's being fought over currently. So the simplest thing to do, if you want to know if it's controlled by the Triglavians, is just click on here, if a system is, and it goes by number of jumps away. Sharkon, which I'll show you again here, is controlled by the Triglavians. So I'm here, Sharkon is there, so I want to be careful going through this way. I want to go around it, unless I'm working with Triglavians, which I'm not. I'm not in that whole thing. Down the road I may. I've heard some good things about it, but I've got other things I'm working on. So traveling through here, I want to stay away from that. Whereas, and I'll go back here, Edencom Fortress, closest one is Gelfaven and Truist Note. Truist Net, I'm not going to do it. And those are here and here. As I was coming through trying to get to Unirtic, I was able to figure out by using that I could fly through these two. If you're just a regular player, right now in game, the Edencom fortresses you can fly through without any problems. How that'll change, I know there's all sorts of storylines going on with the game, which is really cool. I can talk about that later on. Or you can watch Talking in the Stations or the Meta Show to get a lot more information than I know. But I do know that I can fly through these systems without having any problems right now on September 23rd, 2020. So that is what I learned. Last but not least, if you want to know what's being fought over, you can click on your Stellar Reconnaissance, and this is currently the one system that the two groups are fighting over. I think they can have up to 4, if I'm not mistaken, that they can fight over at a time. Maybe, maybe not. I've seen up to 4, I think. This was just something I learned that might be able to save you a ship or save you some problems or help you out during the day. So, that being said, I'm going to try to take my own advice here. Noticing I'm currently in my stabber right now. And I don't know if you've shown you recently, I think the other day when I first built the stabber and with the stuff that I had on hand, because I only throw salvaged parts into these ships, I was able to, I think it was at 170 damage per second. I've now been able to increase that to 233.8. Does that mean I could do all that damage at once? No. My Alpha Strike is at 751 because it does all 3 types of damage. It does drone damage, it does missile damage, and it does gunnery damage. The switch that I made was I switched down to more close range guns. You'll see some of them are 180s, some are 425s, just because that's what I have on hand, just so that I can do a little bit quicker damage. Um, and because closer range guns do more damage, but you got to be in closer on people. And I threw in some heavy missile launchers and skilled that up a little bit. My skills still aren't the greatest, but I'm using those. But I'm gonna take my own advice here, and I see that there's 2 people in system, so I'm not gonna mess around with them. This is my only stabber. Only fly the things that you can afford to lose. And I'm not really feeling like taking a chance with them while I'm distracted by making a video. So I'm going to switch back over to my Thrasher, which has a little bit of damage here. Get repair quote. And repair it all. Good. Oh, just left system there already. And I'm going to go ahead and undock here. And so one thing you always want to do, if you can, is if there's somebody in system, check out who they are. That is just Exana. That's interesting. So I'm going to warp to a safe spot.
Warp drive active.
Interesting. So this person only has a first name, no last name, so it's kind of tough to actually pull them up on Zkillbird. Weird. Alright, that's something to learn. Okay, so I'm just looking at, I can't really find them on Zkillbird right now, but just looking at them here, they're been in the game for 453 days. Got a really high security status. That is a real kicker to know whether or not you can worry about somebody trying to kill you. Because a lot of times, if their security status is low, then they don't do a lot of PvP. So I'm not as worried, but why take a chance? So I'm going to just jump over here into Clinked and see if I can find anything to fight there. Oh, I didn't realize I had so much junk on me. Not a whole lot. And I might be able to use some of that prototype siege gun. Cool. I like looking at all the junk that I've accumulated so that I can kind of plan out what I want to shoot next and what I want to add onto my ship. I was just talking to a pretty cool person the other day in system about, they were asking, well, you're not too far away from Eppinger where you can buy stuff. And I said, yeah, but I like to be self-sufficient. So I buy blueprints to make my ships and build other things. Cool. Nobody in system here. So I'll just start going down the line. I like to find, if possible, a clone soldier. Maybe show you how I'm doing there. This is my destroyer fit right now. I don't know if you remember me showing you earlier. With my stabber, I did about 230 damage per second. Whereas this does 178. It's a smaller ship. But the alpha damage on it is 1100, where I think the stabber was 700. That's because all the damage comes for one thing, the guns that are on the ship. There's literally 7 guns and 1 missile launcher, which really doesn't matter, but 7 guns here that can shoot things. Soon, hopefully, I'll start adding some rigs to increase the damage. But that's something that I'll actually have to create. You can't actually. Oh, hey, great, awesome. Clone soldier, which is right near me, so perfect. Need to get my speed up so I can speed tank him. Wow, this was perfect. I can take him out here. I want to get him into my optimal range. Good. You can see, I don't know if you've seen me fight clone soldiers in the past, but the upgrade of damage that I've been able to do recently. Waiting for him to ping me down there. You'll be able to see I might be able to destroy him a lot faster. This is fantastic. I got a little bit lucky. I was able to find one right away. So I'll go ahead and try to kill him, show you what I can get off of him. First off, a clone soldier will give you a bounty of 1,250 ISK. I kind of put that to the side. All the money I make off of killing clone soldiers I use to buy new blueprints to build new ships. My next one, I've been using a blueprint copy of a stabber. My next one's going to be to actually either buy a blueprint BPO original of a stabber or of a ooh, you just hit me, so I need to put my shield boost on here. He's been started to miss me. So I think yesterday I talked about the different types of tanking. I'm currently speed tanking him. The 3 different types of tanking are speed tanking. There we go. That's a pretty cool view. Speed tanking, which is what I'm doing, where he's missing me, as you can tell. Not hitting me as much. My stabber does shield tanking, which allows them to hit me, but tries to mitigate that by the shields. And then there's armor tanking, which they have to go through both your speed tanking or shield tanking to get to your armor. Do that. There is also I remember a guy I played with a long time ago tried to do a structure tank fit, which I guess is a thing. I don't know the best ways of doing that. Seems like a really tough thing to do, and you're really living on the edge with that. Oh, he got me again. So.
A module has run out of charges.
Oh, shush.
A module has run out of charges.
I gotta fix these guns. They're not firing all the way through.
A module has run out of charges.
Taking a lot longer than I would want it. What I found sometimes is whenever guns get damaged and you have them in a group, you actually have to take them off the ship, repackage them, and then add them in again. So what I'm going to do here, just to... I can't do it while they're firing. Oh, this is taking longer than it normally does. It kind of sucks. Let's make sure my shields don't get too far down. Okay, now we're starting to ping him down, so gotta keep my eyes on this. I think I gotta wait for what it's talking about, but speed tanking is kind of cool. If you're flying a small ship, is what you use a lot for, because then they can't even hit you. That is used a lot in brawling, I think. You can set up ships like that. Good. Nice thing about speed tanking is you don't really have to worry about repairing that much. You just go in and fight somebody. Cool, now he's going. Now he's going here, good. I really do apologize for my voice and everything today. Kind of got a cold. Hopefully I'll start getting better the next couple of days. I do have to leave for work here later on, so like I said, hopefully I'll get a video in the next day or two too. There he is, good. So let's see what he drops. So again, for killing him, I'm going to get a 1.2 million. As you can tell, it didn't take that long, and this isn't the best fit in the world, and I made a few mistakes. I got to fix these guns and put some missiles in here. So obviously it could take a much shorter time. But I was able to kill him with just salvaged parts. And he did drop, this is your big one here, your clone soldier tag, which is worth 2 million, which is pretty cool. You'll run into clone soldier recruiters out in anything that's a 0.3 status. 0.2s and 0.1s you get to tougher clone soldiers, which you got to be a little bit more careful of because they will warp scramble you and so you can't get away. So you got to be really careful with that. But alrighty, well, I think that's a good spot to stop. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Fly safe, dangerously, or whatever you want. And again, if you ever want to get in contact, Planet Head, all one word, or if you want to just leave a comment down below. Alrighty, fly safe.